Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's really great to see all of you here again. I'm Nameless King, and today we're going in deep into something that I really believe is very important for every young man out there who's trying to find his way in life today. We're about to start a fantastic journey by beginning a brand new series that's focused on one thing: the importance of male role models in today's world. That is a subject which, quite frankly, does not get nearly enough attention as it deserves. You see, we are living in an age where the definition of masculinity, and what masculinity really should stand for, is changing at an unbelievable rate. But in the midst of all those tremendous changes and revolutions of perception, many of us ask one crucial question: where are all the strong male figures to look up to and become similar to? Whether you're 16 or 35, what a fraught journey it is to figure out who you are and what kind of man you want to become. This already isn't easy, but it only becomes harder if you don't happen to have a sturdy, trustworthy role model to look up to for guidance along the way. As always, we are on that long, thrilling, and informative journey to delve into the rich and varied landscape that is modern male models, who they are, where to best find them, what qualities and attributes make them worth really following, and how, through such exemplary figures, you can derive insights invaluable enough to take you forward, level up, and improve your life considerably. If you are ready to take ownership of your personal journey and step into becoming the best you have most definitely landed in the right place. Without further ado, let the real fun begin. Let's be real and plain about this for a minute. I mean truly, for a good portion of us, the idea of a male role model in our life has become increasingly extinct, if not nearly non-existent. For you, perhaps it was through growing up, a dad that wasn't there, leaving a hole that was never able to be adequately filled, or maybe he was there, but the example he set failed to leave a standard worthy of attaining. A good possibility is that your dad was a great person in your life, someone who positively impacted you. However, he may not be there anymore, and now the whole complicated, harsh business of living is falling right on your shoulders. This is the reality for so many young men today. We're living in a time where traditional male role models at home are becoming less common, and that has real consequences. Without strong male figures during those critical years, it's easy to feel lost, confused, or even angry. The world is changing, and with it, the definition of masculinity is being redefined. However, in the middle of all this ongoing discussion and reflection, many of us find ourselves pondering a significant question: who exactly should we be looking up to as role models? The lack of any clear and explicit positive role models of what it takes for being a man brings about a lot of insecurity and doubt in so many individuals. By no means can it be wondered why, therefore, a lot of boys in our society have to struggle with who they are and what they want to become. In fact, it goes beyond the scope of having someone cool to look up to. It more centrally relates to the issue of the need for a roadmap or an instruction manual about how to live and what methods to use to tackle problems and find success, from dealing with relationships to making money. But here's a thing to consider. Just because traditional role models seem to be hard to find and establish these days doesn't mean they don't exist in our world. They certainly do exist in a variety of forms. One just has to be aware of where to find them and how to look for them. And this is what we are getting to discuss in this enriching series. Whether we want it to be shown through characters on the screen, stories in the thick paper of books, interesting tales in anime, or real people who could inspire us, there are indeed men in the world who can take it upon themselves to be living and breathing examples of strength, resilience, or strong moral fiber. So let's discuss where one can look for them and draw some inspiration. Alright, let's start with a place we all know and love: media. Whether it be the big screen, the small screen, or even a book, there's never going to be a shortage of male characters who should serve as role models in so many ways. Come to think of it, in their two fictional male-ness, they show us what it really means to be strong, to fight for what is right and further push the limits. Take any character, for example, Captain America. This man is not merely accepted as a superhero because he holds some super abilities. He is regarded as a superhero because in his heart, he holds immense courage and compassion. He is always ready to sacrifice for the benefit of society, to stand for the weak and fight for or against any battle that he strongly believes in, and never backs down or moves backwards. Or take the example of Goku in the famous series Dragon Ball Z. Yes, he is a scion and is built from a super race with god-level powers, yet what really makes Goku an inspiration is not his body but the fact that he relentlessly continues striving to improve himself. He indulges in rigorous practice and training all the time to extend his capabilities further and to be a better version of himself. Then, he has the spirit of a bull and never giving up and always ready to fight no matter how strong and tough the fight may be. However, the discussion regarding strength is not limited to the physical part of it. Look at a man like Atticus Finch, in the widely practiced classic To Kill a Mockingbird. There is a man here who does one thing, stands up for what he believes to be right and just, even when the entire world seems all but against him and his family. At a further level, when such action risks his life. These are standing descriptions of the kind of good that we, in our little lives, need to emulate and make our own through our various pursuits in life. They are just characters, and they are purely fictional, but their purpose is much more than just providing people with entertainment. They provide the template of how one may choose to lead a life of courage, honor, and resilience. The intense lessons that one might receive at times from them have an impact that is equally intense, if not more, as compared to the teachings people receive from real-life role models living among us in the real world. At this point in time, we can definitely learn a lot and draw a lot of things from the make-believe characters of most stories, but there is nothing compared to living life with a real idol, a person who really lives in this world, facing it and doing things beyond imagination. These are the real men who do not only talk about success in all lands of abstractness, but truly live with the experience every single day. They face challenges courageously, hence showing to us what it really means to be a man in this challenging and changing modern world today. Let's begin with Elon Musk. Here's a guy who seriously and literally is trying to change the world, whether it's through revolutionizing electric cars with Tesla, interstellar travel with his company SpaceX, or alternative energy sources with Solar City, or protect freedom of speech in the internet. Elon Musk is, really, a fantastic and perfect example of what it really means to dream big and take really huge risks. He's not afraid to take a big risk and fall flat on his face and then muster up the courage to get up again and have another go at it. Elon Musk is the most powerful example for any youngster to be inspired and motivated. Yes, if one has a proper vision and willpower, he can achieve such successes that are considered impossible by the majority in this world. Then there's Jordan Peterson, who has undoubtedly become one of the most controversial, if not the most preeminent figure in our time, although undoubtedly one of the most influential and inspiring speakers. The message of Peterson is blunt and plain, but at the same time, it comes cascaded with the most overwhelming impact. People must assume complete responsibility for their own life and anything that is happening within it. He underlines things such as cleaning your room, standing up straight, and telling the truth as some of the really basic things one needs to do, but the fact is that such basic things undoubtedly matter in forming a good and strong man. Truly, the lectures he delivers and the books he writes become treasures of wisdom, filled with practical knowledge on how one can, in turn, actually live his or her life synonymous with significance and substance. And, while you most definitely are searching for a great role model who epitomizes mental and physical toughness, then without a doubt, you need look no further than the one and only David Goggins. This remarkable man embodies the true meaning of resilience and just what it takes to defeat adversity. Taking his life from that of a young, overweight, and very unhappy lad, Goggins managed to become one of the most incredible human beings of all time and went on to become a Navy SEAL and perhaps one of the toughest endurance athletes to ever live. He is definitely living proof of how far one can positively push themselves outside what you consider to be your limits of capability at face value. His motto, "Stay hard," is all about developing mental toughness, pushing through pain, and refusing to let anything stand in your way. These men represent something far beyond mere success. They embody an unyielding and relentless spirit. They possess a fierce drive that propels them forward, refusing to be deterred by setbacks or challenges. They steadfastly refuse to allow failure or any form of adversity to stand in their way, and this unwavering determination is precisely the type of mindset that every young man ought to aspire to embrace and cultivate in his own life. Now, what really makes a great role model in our lives? It is not just that they are rich, popular, and successful in a certain career or personal deed. A real role model lives and breeds the qualities that we hope to gain and develop in our very own selves: integrity, perseverance, leadership, and humility, just above other features that comprise the qualities of a man bound to lead a meaningful and influential life. Integrity is when one does what is right even when no one is watching. It is about having your moral compass guide you at every turn in life. Then, there is perseverance, facing challenges head-on, never giving up, and striving to be better. Leadership for me is not an issue of commanding others, but basically trying to inspire and guide them, leading by example. Great role models possess another very important ingredient: humility. It involves realizing one's limitation and openness to growth and learning. A humble person would not be afraid of admitting errors but would welcome listening to others, understanding that leadership is not about being the best in everything but about bringing out the best in the people around them. The quality fosters respect and trust, eventually developing an environment where other people are valued and empowered. Rather, it is these deeper qualities that we should seek in the search for role models. In truth, they are the real role models whose accolades or wealth, which may come their way, do not define them but their character and the positive difference they create in the lives of others. They make us want to be better, not by telling us what we should do, but by living a life which we aspire naturally to imitate. Overall, male role models cannot be taken for granted in our lives. They are like that compass that guides us through some of the intricate issues that we do encounter in life: how to conduct ourselves right, and how to live a meaningful life. Through choosing to live like them, we agree to be on the constant path of self-improvement and ensuring that at least something is given back to society. It is this commitment that defines us, shapes our futures, and ensures that we, too, become role models for the next generation. Let us, therefore, adopt the qualities we admire in other people and put those qualities into our own lives. We do not only pay our respects by doing so to our examples of the past, but we also open ways towards a brighter and more inspiring future for people who will follow us.